Now, today's top stories and Power of 5 weather from News 5. Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.
Good Sunday morning, Northeast Ohio. Almost a year ago to the day, I opened this segment with a political transportation thought. You know, if you're on a highway heading to a big event, a ball game or concert, the most crowded lane is going to be the right lane. Well, the same can be said for next year's big political event, that being the race to fill the retiring seat of Senator Rob Portman, most notably in the GOP primary. I said that because everyone getting into the race at the time, Josh Mandel, Jane Timken, J.D. Vance, Mike Gibbons, and Bernie Moreno, were in that crowded far-right MAGA lane. Matt Dolan would later join the race, taking the less crowded next lane over. Well, on Thursday, Bernie Moreno, eyeing the backup at that exit lane, held a private meeting with former President Trump and decided to drop out of the race. Moreno stating they both agreed this race has too many Trump candidates and could cost the MAGA movement a conservative seat. Interesting to note, though, he added the line that read, "I will focus my efforts on supporting the candidate that wins President Trump's endorsement," implying that he expects the former president to be picking a candidate, which he has thus far shown no signs of doing. Well, the deadline to get on the May primary ballot for statewide candidates was this past Tuesday, which reminds me, we still don't have congressional districts. Remember last month, the state Supreme Court ordered the legislature to redraw the districts, gave them 30 days to do it. That was 23 days ago. And while the legislature may not have come up with maps in that time, the group Fair Districts Ohio says they have a set that checks all the boxes. The new maps presented by the group Fair Districts Ohio would give Republicans a 9-6 edge compared to the 12-3 Republican margin in the maps rejected by the state Supreme Court. Out of that 9-6 likely split, though, 6 of those seats would be competitive based on past votes within a few points. The map was drawn up by a citizen map maker from New York. Fair Districts Ohio says it meets the constitutional requirements called for by voters in 2018 and the asks presented by the state Supreme Court last month. So do they think there's a chance the Republican-controlled legislature will run with this map? No.
We are not going into this, naive Pollyanna-ish. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior.
And past behavior on the part of the legislature has been to say the maps that they drew were the best they could do. In presenting this map, the hope is to say, you can do better.
One of the things that they said throughout is, there just aren't any other constitutional maps, or, we had to do this, because of XYZ. The reason that we wanted to make sure that we put this model map out is it deprives the state legislature or the leadership of the excuse that a good map isn't possible.
While the legislature still has 7 days to come up with a map, that potentially won't be the end of this.
No, if they don't actually get buy-in from enough folks, including at least a few Democrats, then we are talking about it going to the Ohio Redistricting Commission.
And then we get a fresh 30 days to do that. That would take them into the middle of March, of course, past the March 4th filing deadline to run for the seats. As of now, the primary is still set for May 3rd. Well, a week from today, it will be Super Bowl Sunday, and of course, Ohio will be represented. Cincinnati Bengals right now about a 4.5-point underdog to the LA Rams, a line we know that does you no good in Ohio, where sports betting is still about 11 months off. Even still, we found the 2 Jack properties. Preparations are well underway. You'll find sports on the televisions of the Jack Casino bars this day in downtown Cleveland, but just wait.
I would categorize it as Vegas light.
Adam Sullivan is Jack's vice president of online gaming, overseeing the sportsbook build-outs here and at Jack Thistledown. Plans are being finalized on what he calls significant sportsbook footprints at both, smaller than Vegas in size, but not attitude.
I think it's going to be every bit as exciting, during March Madness or certainly the Super Bowl that you would see in Vegas.
They don't have to be as big because while sportsbooks used to be where the sports betting action took place, the industry has evolved with technology, and these days mobile is king.
I was just looking at some numbers out of Arizona, and upwards of 94% of the bets are taken mobily versus in a retail environment.
Sullivan said the Jack properties will be ready before the January 1st, 2023 launch date in the event the state were to let them launch early. Already up is their website, betjack.com, filled with sports news and something that's also important with the new industry, what they call Bet Jack Training Camp, in an effort to explain sports betting and its lingo to those who have never done it.
Anybody that's walked up to a blackjack table that's never played before can tell you that can be a bit intimidating.
But they're about to take it a step further. Something they hope to launch relatively soon is a product that will let you be able to bet on sports online right now, but without money. You don't wager any, you don't win any. What you get is a feel for how this all will work.
Primarily, the goal is just to help customers get their feet wet a little bit and get some reps in before real money starts flying around, and hopefully get them comfortable with not only our product, but just the industry in general. I just think it's kind of our responsibility as an operator to help educate the customers here in Ohio.
Still, it has to sting a little as an Ohio-based operator to have an Ohio team in the Super Bowl and not being able to take any bets on it.
I mean, look, we're thrilled that an AFC North team that's not the Ravens or the Pittsburgh Steelers is in the Super Bowl. We would also like to see Cleveland make it that far, but maybe next year, right?
Well, as it turns out, Caesar Sportsbook on Monday released those odds for next year. You kind of have to scroll down the page a bit, but when you do, you'll find the Browns are tied for the 18th best shot at that. With Democracy 2022, I'm John Kosick. Enjoy your Sunday.
Sun is out and shining for your Sunday. It's a chilly start to the day, but we're going to increase the digits into the middle 30s during the afternoon. So not as cold, and it will be breezy as well. We'll start to pull in a few more clouds as we move into tonight and tomorrow. And there's even a chance to see some snow showers during the afternoon and evening on Monday, with some lingering lake effect on Tuesday.
Sponsored by Akron Children's Hospital.